All right, so we've returned for another day of Bee Swarm Simulator, and I have some pretty crazy stuff to go over. As you guys noticed in my video yesterday, I told you we were extremely close to being able to get the SSA that I've basically been chasing after for at least the last 3 or 4 weeks. And it is currently 1 o'clock in the morning for me, and I just finished doing what I would consider is a big boost. But honestly, after this, it's going to be an itty bitty boost considering everything that just happened right now. But basically, let me go ahead and turn around the camera here and explain to you guys what the situation is here. Basically, after my big boost, I ended up with about 450 billion honey. My buddy Persuasive over there on the left-hand side, which is the one that's really been helping me out a lot on fully understanding everything throughout the game, he had the brilliant idea of basically gambling those 450 billion and seeing if we were able to get our hands on some more mythic bees. Again, from yesterday, I was missing a total of 2 gifted bees in order to be able to get my SSA. Problem with that is that the gifteds that I was missing were basically all of my mythic bees, and first roll I went ahead and got myself a fuzzy bee. But if you notice, the fuzzy bee is currently gifted, and that's because I basically gave it 200 pineapples and it turned gifted. So I'm still mentally recovering from that, but that actually went ahead and happened. So even though yesterday we completely failed on 12,000 blueberries to try and get our tadpole bee, I was basically blessed with 200 pineapples and I got a gifted fuzzy. So I'm extremely happy about that. Now, shortly after that, we went ahead and gambled again. I ended up getting a vector. Then we rolled for a 3rd time and your boy went ahead and got a buoyant bee. All of this is within the span of maybe like 30,000 royal jellies, which is kind of insane. Then for the final one, we went ahead and got ourselves a precise bee, which really wasn't that great. It took probably like 39,000 jellies for this one. So my luck was pretty much completely juiced out. And really after it was all said and done that I spent 100 billion honey on 100,000 royal jellies, I ended up with only 6,000 left. As you can see right here, your boy has 1 star treat right now. And if we scroll to the top, I went ahead and purchased 1,000 more tickets with the rest of the honey that I had. So that means we're going inside of here. We're going to purchase ourselves another star treat, which means that I now have 2, being the final 2 gifteds that I need to get my SSA. We came to the conclusion that we're going to go ahead and gift one of my tadpoles as well as the brand new buoyant bee that I got. And then later on in the video, I'm also going to go ahead and swap out a lot of the duplicates that I have for bubble bees so that way I can really get the most out of the SSA. Another thing that we're also going to be doing in the video is a big boost. So there's going to be a bit of a transition here where I'm sort of talking to you guys right now at 1 a.m. and then we're going to transition over to later on the next day in the afternoon when I go ahead and do my very first big boost with the brand new team that I'm going to have. Either way, let's go ahead and place this on our tadpole up here. That is now a gifted tadpole after a bunch of failed attempts. And then for our 2nd star treat, we're going to the buoyant bee down there. Beautiful, dude. This is so exciting. All right. So now here is the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and get our hands on this SSA. Dude, what an actual buildup this has been. An item that I've literally wanted. Well, not really an item, but the amulet that I've been wanting for quite some time now. There it is. I'm actually going to take a picture of this because my buddy Persuasive did want a picture of it. So 1 second. All right, just wanted to go ahead and grab that screenshot. Let's go ahead and replace and equip new amulet. And we're rolling again because obviously your boy needs some pop star. I'm really hoping that this game doesn't do me completely dirty right now and I don't run through my entire 70 billion. Guiding star, why are you doing this to me right now? All right, so I'm not gonna lie, I panicked there for a little bit. I even paused the recording because I was literally panicking. If you notice, I no longer have any more honey. I'm literally down to my final roll here and I finally got pop star on the final roll. It isn't that great. I'm fully aware of that, but all that matters to me right now is that we got the pop star. Eventually, I'll go ahead and get myself a better one, but for the time being, I just really needed to get my hands on pop star. Now, the next step is going to be here to transition over a lot of my duplicates here to Bumblebee, and then we're going to do ourselves a big boost and share that entire experience with you guys. But overall, man, I'm really excited. Even though it cost me, what was it, like, I I think it was like 80 billion just to be able to get Popstar. Kind of ridiculous. But regardless, I'm still very much happy. I know that I'll make that 80 billion very, very quickly. And on top of that, I'm also making some really good progress on getting my next pedal so that we can finally go ahead and purchase the pedal belt. Obviously, that'll more than likely be for the next video. But right now, we're going to go ahead and transition over to later on during the day when I go ahead and prepare for the big boost. And I'll give you guys a quick tour of the changes that we make to the hive at that point. So let's transition over to that. All right, so it is now officially the next day. We're ready to go ahead and do ourselves a big boost. But before we do that, you probably will notice that there is a lot of changes. And as a matter of fact, there's a lot of unexpected changes that were done to my entire team. I'm actually really excited to share it with you guys because the story is pretty insane. So if you take a look over here, as I told you guys at the start of the video, the plan was to go ahead and get pretty much a lot of bumblebees. So that way I was really able to get the most out of my Popstar. But in the process of doing all of that, which I'd like to point out, I spent about 100 billion on royal jellies. With that 100 billion royal jellies, we were basically able to get all of these bumblebees that we have here. And on top of that, I was also able to get a bunch of buoyant bees, more specifically 3 buoyant bees and 3 tadpole bees, all within 100 billion jelly, or sorry, 100 billion honeys worth of jelly. So yeah, at the end of it all, man, we basically got ourselves a good head start on basically what I want to have down the road. A lot of these bumblebees are going to be replaced for buoyants and tadpoles, but for the time being, this is perfect. On top of that, if we take a look over here on the left-hand side, I have basically almost all of this Spirit Bear quest done. All I'm missing right now is the gumdrop tokens, as well as being time gated to the shrine, because I do need the shrine right now in order to be able to go ahead and do the big boost. We've been grinding literally non-stop. This video might even go up a little bit later than usual, or later than I actually wanted to get it up, because of the fact that we've been working on this all morning long. Give you guys a quick background on how much I was earning from my so-called big boost prior to this. The most I ever got was about 500 million jelly per second, and that was for like a short, extremely short period of time. So the goal right now for this big boost is to go ahead and beat 500 million jelly per second. Currently, I'm sitting at 263 billion honey. So let's transition over to the moment that the big boost starts. I might not be doing much talking because I will be focusing, but we will have a little chat as soon as I'm done with it. So let's transition over to that moment. All right, so as you just saw there, now that everything is said and done, we ended up with 1.3 trillion honey. To be fair, it did take us a little bit longer than anticipated. So when I started the entire boost, I think I had like 400 billion already. So we basically made a trillion just from that full session of boosting. Now, the reason that it did take me so long is because unfortunately, when I did get up to the wind shrine, I didn't pull a pine. So we kind of had to push it back another hour. If you watch back the footage and you slow it down a little bit, you'll probably notice that at the very start, it was a little rough. It was kind of my first time really doing a big boost. So I was sort of trying to understand everything that was being told to me through voice chat and stuff like that. But then closer to the middle, you'll notice that at one point we were making like 10 billion honey per second, which is just insane to me. Obviously, a lot of the honey was being put into balloons, so you kind of have to measure it out by looking both at the honey and pollen side. So one side was making like 4 billion, the other side was making 6 billion. It was just crazy, dude. That was by far the best experience that I've had as far as like making an insane amount of pollen and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I really just wanted to share that experience with you guys, my very first big boost, as well as my very first experience with the changes of SSA and the changes that we made to our full hive. So in the next video, we're going to be going ahead and purchasing our 49th slot, as well as finally getting our hands on the petal belt. We basically have everything that we need. I just need to complete 2 more quests. Well, technically I need to complete just 1 more quest. I'm going to get the petal, and then I'm going to put some glue to craft, which shouldn't take me very long. All I got to do is make 9 of them, and then we're good to go, man. I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it'll be tomorrow. Sorry this one went up a little bit later than usual. Definitely going to get tomorrow's video up a lot sooner, but that's going to do it for this one. Like always, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.